What would AEW have to do to get the ratings up? We can think of all types of shit. I'm not a booker, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you this would work and that would work and this would work. I'm just going to go off of knowledge of what I've been doing of professional wrestling all my life. I'm just going to go off of that. That's all I can do, right? And one of the biggest mistakes that AEW continues to do that came to my knowledge probably like a year ago, and it's from a different channel that I even learned this from. And I'm not gonna say names or nothing because YouTube podcasters and stuff like that on YouTube, everybody got an ego, so I'm not gonna. But I am gonna acknowledge that I got this from somebody else. And this is like I said, like maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. What I noticed that AEW is muscle shaming, is discriminating against big guys. What I mean by muscle shaming. It's blatant. It seems like anybody that's a WWE prototype in some form or fashion, because WWE for a very long time was based on your height and your size can put you in different positions. So it seems like AEW does the total opposite. And you were saying for the people that be like, well, what about Okada? Okada is a prime example of you overhyped this guy for years. I heard that his name. He was compared to Kenny Omega. All these matches are 7-star matches and all this other stuff. And this guy comes back, and I remember seeing him the first time Forbidden Door against Danielson, and I'm like, okay, he does feel like a big fight field type guy. Okay, guess what? He loses. So I just kind of like, wait a minute. Huh. But then you have on a random episode. This is before he even signed. Random episode, he loses again with Orange Cassidy as his tag team partner against Danielson and Claudio. I've brought this up a few times in different videos, but I'm just going. You see, I want you to see where I'm going with this. He finally comes in about 2 weeks later. He wins the Continental title. Now he's still the champ. That's been since March or something, right? Random title defenses. And you would say, okay, what's wrong with that? I'll tell you what's wrong with it. This guy was the John Cena of New Japan, but his size is what's holding him back in AEW. Why isn't he going for the world title against Danielson right now? If this guy was a big deal, right? He got a big contract. Why is he the mid card champ? I'm just really wondering that. Why is he the mid card champ? Let me give you another trend. Guess what? Will Hobbs championships he only won, right? Another mid card title, TNT title. You want to know who else won that? Wardlow, TNT title. You want to know who won that? Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus, TNT title. You want to know all they got in common? These guys are big guys or tall guys. Okada's not a big guy. He's just tall. But that still counts. Because let me get on somebody else that had no achievements yet. And he's just a job guy. But I think he's got a lot of goodness to him. He's got a lot of green lights to him. It's Kyle Fletcher. I didn't even notice that Kyle Fletcher's a pretty tall guy. And I'm wondering, no wonder why he's a job guy. Let's think of Takeshita. Takeshita just always gets this overhyped comeback. Oh, he's just so incredible. He's the best wrestler in the world. And yet, Takeshita has not won anything. He has not done anything significant. They always bring up, oh, he beat Jericho and Kenny Omega. What did that do for him? He lost to Will Ospreay, and he ain't been the same since. What did any of this do for him? He's still in the same position. He's about to get in this four-way match at All Out, and I highly doubt he's going to win. But guess what? Would I be surprised he'll win? I'm not saying Takeshita should be a world champ. Takeshita makes more sense being a Continental champion than Okada. Why? Because y'all overbuild Okada. Y'all made Okada seem like he's this just grand wizard of wrestling or something. That's how y'all made it seem. But the best y'all see him as is a mid-carder, just like y'all see everybody else. that the Bucks got to look up to, that the Young Bucks feel inferior to, the Young Bucks feel like they're better, that these guys are better than them. Look at FTR. Are FTR small guys? Nope. But Bucks has made it where now it seems like the only time FTR means anything is when they're fighting the Young Bucks. It seemed like it. Only time they mean anything is when they fight the Bucks. Yet they got all these other teams. But this is the only time FTR really like it seems like a bigger fight. Why does it seem like that? Let's think of the Acclaim. These are bigger guys, aren't they? What happened to their Steam? What happened to them? Come on, bro. You're not about to sit here and tell me. And yeah, Acclaim has success, but look at their Steam though. Look how much FTR and the Acclaim has diminished. Come on, bro. You can't sit here and tell me it ain't some discrimination. Where is Wardlow? Yeah, we gonna keep asking that, huh? Why Brody King isn't up to it? Why Buddy Murphy ain't nowhere there, nowhere to be found? Malachi's not even a big guy, but I even said it seemed like people that they feel is better than them having the hardest time. People that has the potential or that are better than the Bucks are having the hardest time. Why is Brian Cage a jobber? You know what Brian Cage said on an interview? I think it was Sports Kita, and this is months ago. He said they're giving the championships to guys that don't look like stars. Was he lying? Guys that anybody that look like a WWE prototype to any degree, you're gonna have a hard time in AEW. Shit's weird, man. I just feel like the EVPs and Kenny Omega was low key exposing that. That he said he don't feel like he's a good EVP because it's obviously he knows some shit and sees some shit. We all know the CM Punk situation. They were jealous of CM Punk, bro. He was drawing all that money. He was drawing in all the shit they ain't never seen before. Punk. Punk's gone. Now we see what's going on. Come on, man. That's a big why the ratings is down because all your guys that look like stars are not stars. It's that simple. It's not even just big guys. It's anybody that little clique feel is better than them. They're gonna have a hard time. If they're not homies with them or they don't like them, they're gonna have a hard time. You can't sit here and tell me that's a lie, bro. There's certain people that can't override. There's certain people, but it's not many. A lot of people ain't got no voice. A lot of them got no choice because shit, this is how they gotta eat. Brian Cage ain't got no choice. He has to eat. So he gonna do what he gotta do. But is Brian Cage fucking lying? Is he lying though? Brian Cage has never been a champion at all. He was an FTW. That don't even fucking count. He's an FTW champ. And speaking of FTW titles, it feel like that with Hook. Why is Hook? Why is Hook still doing this FTW gig? What? Come on, dude. Really? Can't sit here and tell me people that they feel is better than them. They're having a hard time. They obviously think Hook is better than them. And Hook has the potential to be better than them. For real, for real. He's younger. He's more fresh. He's a second generation wrestler. They might fear that because he has lineage. He has history. Everybody know who Taz is. Everybody respect Taz. So we definitely want to see his son be successful because he will basically be the revenge of Taz. He could do what Taz never got a chance to do, is make it on a big stage. And it seems like somebody want to tarnish that, bro. Now, some things can be miscommunicated. Some things people just get lost in the shuffle. It happens at any show. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But you can't sit here and tell me it ain't some discrimination against big guys, bro. Can't sit here and say that's not true. Can't sit here and say it's not jealousy and envy to some of these people in the back, bro. What is Ricky Starks? That is pure envy. Somebody's jealous of that man. Ricky Starks had a breakthrough moment against MJF and he did nothing since. Tell me, how does that make any sense, bro? He had a breakthrough moment against Chris Jericho, the guy that everybody got a feud with to get over, right? What did that do for him? Come on, bro. Man, that shit ain't even. Come on, dude. And then even go with the friends. They like Okada. So Eddie Kingston went through all that. Finally get a championship. He went through all that. He even beat Danielson. And he lose 2 weeks after Okada show up. Come on, dude. Not even 3 months later. 2 months later. Come on, dude. I just feel like there's a lot of sabotagey shit going on. And you can blame that elite little clique. They like Swerve, obviously. Whoever you see on TV, they obviously like, or it's certain people they can't ride over, like at MJF. I think MJF got a foot in there where he could do his own thing. Britt Baker, the people that are stars. But everybody that's not stars, and especially if you're a big guy, you have it hard to start. Even if you, like I said, if you look anything like a WWE prototype of any level, you're having a hard time. And I'm just wondering why. And I think that all contributes to the ratings, the viewership, the interest, why the interest is dying, why the viewership is going lower and lower, because people that look like stars are not featured on this show in a star-like level. Kyle Fletcher, I gotta throw out a side note real quick though. It's funny how Ricochet literally beat Kyle Fletcher, but Kyle Fletcher got a title shot. That's another thing why the ratings is down. I feel like there is no direction half of the time. There's a lot of just randomness going on. And it's sometimes too much randomness. Where was Ricochet last week? Is Ricochet even on All Out? That is crazy. Already Ricochet's gone? How? Why wasn't Ricochet at least out there watching a match? You could tease Ricochet and Okada. He beat Kyle Fletcher. But Kyle Fletcher get a title shot because he had a win or collision? Did Wouldn't you think Ricochet's win on Dynamite means more than collision? Over the guy he beat, but the guy he beat is getting a title shot. It's like that's what I'm saying. No sense, no direction. Then, like I said, also, they don't have people, but some of them look like stars. Hangman, Swerves. Stars could come in all shapes and sizes. But guys that look like legit stars of the wrestling world, these guys are the jobbers. These guys are the weaklings. And that's the biggest mistake that they are making. I just think that's a big majority of it. The treatment, this discrimination of upper sized guys that are bigger than them, taller than them, are having the hardest time. People that have talent seem like they can't display it. I don't understand what's going on. What do y'all think? Like, share, subscribe, dislike, comment, all that good shit. We out.